The election season may be over, but the Gali politics certainly isn't. In the Lok Sabha today, Congress face Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary stunned everyone by making a comparison to insult the Prime Minister after BJP MP hailed Modi and drew parallel between him and Swami Vivekanand. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary said that one cannot compare the river Ganga to a Gandhi Nali. These comments have now been expunged. However, when Times Now confronted the Congress leader in the Lok Sabha, he had this defense to offer.
Swami Vivekananda is regarded to us as an incarnation of God. So this kind of comparison by the BJP party's proposer, whereby he was comparing Swami Vivekananda with Narendra Modi ji, it pained me. That's why I told in my reply that you are comparing river Ganga with a canal. But canal, in my Bengali language, it is called Nali. But in Hindi language, it is jargoted. My protest was that nobody should compare Swami Vivekananda with Narendra Modi ji.
All right, joining us now on the debate is R.P. Singh, National Secretary of the BJP, Priya Sharma, political analyst, and GVR Shastri, political analyst. Ashutosh Mishra, senior journalist, is also with us. Mr. Shastri, I want to start by asking you, you really believe that explanation, that it's no knowledge of Hindi which led to this insult in the Lok Sabha?
No, I don't agree. Everybody speaks the same language, and the power of speech and the communication and the kind of gratitude and attitude is not there, and it doesn't exist. The political politics and the political communication, political body language, chemistry, physics, mathematics, everything has come down to such level one can't even digest. If somebody wants to say that I am the Sacha Harishchandra, ऐसा कोई Sacha Harishchandra नहीं है. ये सब पदावली और शब्दावली की इस तरीके से धज्जियां उड़ाते हैं. It is a shame for everybody. It is not one person. It is not that BJP or Congress or anybody. It is a shame for the nation that we all are eyewitnessing. इस जैसा द्रौपदी का वस्त्रापहरण हुआ कुरुसभा में, जो सारे लोग आई विटनेस थे, वैसा हम लोग भी आई विटनेस है. इसको ये इस तरीके से नहीं कहा जा सकता है बीजेपी को गाली दिया. बीजेपी की भाषा भी ऐसा ही होता है. सो इस तरीके से आई डोंट इवन एग्री, आई डोंट इवन डिसएग्री.
Gandhi Nali is what? A loving reference.
What is it, Padmaja? I refer all the rivers are Gandhi Nali right now. If they have a guts to this government, have a guts to clean it, let them clean it all they should make as a river.
While that may be the case, sir, but you know very well what was meant by Gandhi Nali when the comparison is with the river Ganga. जब आप कहते हैं कि कहाँ माँ गंगा और कहाँ गंदी नाली, it is basically like saying this is the symbol of purity and this is something that is filthy and dirty.
Adhir Ranjan only said Gandhi Nali.
No. He said, I will play it out for you again.
He said Gandhi Nali for canals. But I am one step further. No, I am one step further.
You are wrong. Let me stop you. Let me stop you and I will play it out again for you.
About Gandhi Nali. I am saying Nadi about all the rivers are Gandhi Nali.
Sir, you should have really prepared better. That comment has now been expunged. So I can't play it out for you. But let me assure you that the word and the comparison was Kaha Ganga or Kaha Gandhi Nali. R.P. Singh, am I reading this all wrong? Because Mr. Shastri thinks Gandhi Nali is something very complimentary.
What he has done is wrong is he referred the names.
Shastri he referred the names.
He referred Mr. Modi and Mr.
अरे शास्त्री साहब हो गया. अरे शास्त्री साहब हो गया. आप you tried to give it the best spin. You had tried to give it the best spin. You have failed now. I mean, जितनी बात होगी हो गई. You tried your best to give a spin. What do you want to get? Every river is Gandhi Nali now.
I am explaining the truth. Which you understand very well.
You are giving the spin, sir. You are being paid for that to give the best spin. But let's understand.
That is the truth. Which is visible. It is a shame for you. It is a shame for you. Which is visible in front of you. You can't get away with it.
You can't
you are
say
paid for giving
it is
spin.
all
Sir,
reverse
you
of
are
Gandhi
Mr. Shastri,
Nali.
Mr.
paid by
Shastri.
Congress to give spin
I will say
and
1,000
obnoxious
times.
spins.
All rivers are Gandhi Nali only.
Okay,
You made it
Mr.
like that.
Shastri, if
You
you're
don't have
actually
responsibility.
actually saying that Ganga ji is also a Gandhi Nali, it's actually quite sad because Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary compared Indira ji
Gandhi Nali
to
हमने
Ganga.
बनाया.
So you are
हमने
saying that
कहा,
she is
हम
also
हमारे
Gandhi
गंगा
Nali.
माता को,
I really don't want to
हमारे
go
गंगा
down
माता
that
को
road,
गंदी नाली
but that's a very
बनाया.
strange and
ये
a weak
हमारी
spin.
सक्षमता है.
Can I please have your
ये
audio
हमारी
turned down so that RP Singh can make his point? Yes, RP Singh. It's bad Hindi. Mr. Chaudhary.
The problem is Congress has not come out of.
Mr. Chaudhary doesn't know Hindi.
No,
That's
it's
why
not
he
bad
said
Hindi.
this.
That he knows. No. Okay, you remember Hua to Samprador said Hua to Hua, and he said, "Oh, I'm bad at Hindi." Earlier, Mani Shankar said something. He said, "Oh, I'm bad at Hindi." Oh, that's an easy way out. But the fact is that they have not come out of the election mode. 113 abuses were hurled at the Prime Minister during the election. I mean, I don't want to name any one of them, but the worst of abuses were hurled at the Prime Minister Modi during elections, and they are still in that mode. And they are not understanding that it was because of this they lost election. They lost election only because of this. The more you abuse Prime Minister Modi, the more you will be routed out. And then even now, when they are abusing Prime Minister Modi, the forthcoming elections, people let us give them befitting reply. Because you can't, what word he has used, Gandhi Nali for the Prime Minister Modi, a man who has given his life for the country, man who has dedicated his life for the social work, man who has dedicated life for upliftment of poor. You are saying, oh, Gandhi Nali. So you can continue with that, and God bless you. The forthcoming elections in the of the assembly elections will further give you a bigger jolt if you keep on with this sort
Priya
of
Sharma,
language.
is this a death wish? I mean, honestly, what does anyone gain by indulging in this kind of verbiage?
So it is not surprising what he has said. It is only the latest addition to the Gali politics that Congress has been playing for all these years, for the past, and it isn't about just past 5 years. They've been indulging in the same since more than a decade or so. Basically, what happens is that this also will pass off. There has been a culture, a very established culture in Congress that all such things will pop up and we will keep quiet and then people will forget. People don't forget this, and that is the result that people have overwhelmingly voted for BJP because they just want to get rid of Congress and its Gali politics, which doesn't want to do anything in ground and only keep abusing Modi ji. Second, very important point is that it's not just about, the leadership should come forward to take, responsibility. If there is a person in the party who said something like this, the leadership, and you'll find, complete silence on that count.
Ashutosh Mishra?
One is found.
A word of condemnation? A word of condemnation required from the Congress leadership, or you get away?
Padmaja,
first thing, this unparliamentary language is to be condemned by everyone, Padmaja. But let's remember that it's the same party and the same Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, who in the last Rajya Sabha, before this, in the Modi 1.0, had called Hari Prasad BK, as in sold. So how does BJP have this moral authority of talking about किसको हिंदी आती है, किसको नहीं आती, कौन गाली देता है?
What did Hari Prasad say?
Minister who had said that
No, what did Hari Prasad say? Do you remember what did Hari Prasad say?
कि रेनकोट पहन के नहाते हैं.
What did Hari Prasad said?
रेनकोट पहन के नहाते हैं. मनमोहन सिंह के बारे में किसने कहा था?
It never happened.
Prime Minister Modi.
Hari Prasad
so
said,
over the last 5 years, the level of language in Parliament has come down. And Mr. Modi has made a great contribution in bringing down the level of political discourse. Whether it be Bhrashtachari number one, Jersey cow.
Except that he sold out.
So just a second, Ashutosh Mishra, there's a very simple distinction. Okay, there is a level of language which is judged in Parliament. When something is found to be unparliamentary, it is expunged. In the present case, it has happened. Did it happen to the Prime Minister? In which case,
yes,
you are perfectly well within your rights to call that out.
BK was expunged. Padmaja, BK was expunged when he said BK hue hain. That was expunged, wasn't it? Don't you remember it?
Priya Sharma.
Maybe Manmohan Singh, what
you cannot claim to be victim when the level of discourse.
So there's a very so please, I want to make this point that Mr. Chaudhary is found saying that this is at the personal level that I said. Also, it is because of the bad language and nothing else, and misunderstanding there or somewhere. And also, if Pradhan Mantri, if feels that he has been personally hurt by this, I will extend a personal apology. Congress party and its leaders must completely understand it is not personal. They're in a public life, and when you are in a public life, all the words that you speak do have public bearing. So in that case, it is not personal. All the galis, all the abuses that they've heard at the Prime Minister, the individual leaders excuse themselves by saying this is personal. How can it be personal? The Prime Minister has been chosen by millions and millions of people. They don't know how to respect the institution of the Prime Minister. They're taking it as personal. That's very, very sad. They've called him names, personal names, and they say it is all personal. Even if it is personal, it is very, very unfortunate.
Be angry with this where you equate Narendra Modi with Narendra Dutt, Swami Vivekanand. I mean, if he has a Bengali, he got angry. I can understand that.
It was his anger at the comparison.
His language is unparliamentary and he shouldn't have used it.
I checked with the BK Hariprasad comment. I mean, it was he said there's a match fixing between the Imran Khan and Prime Minister Modi on the Balakot track. I mean, as per them, there's a match fixing that Pulwama happened and thereafter Balakot happened. So this is the context. And then I checked. No comment was expunged, sir. You please go check. No comment was expunged.
Mr. R.P. Singh, there is a context
you can call a Prime Minister.
You are insulting Swami Vivekanand, and every right-thinking Indian will feel insulted when you equate Swami Vivekanand with Narendra Modi. And the gentleman who was making those comments, Mr. Sarangi, if you remember his background. Remember his background also. He's from Bajrang Dal, and he was heading the Bajrang unit when Graham Staines and his two kids of 10 and 6 were born. So you have to take the whole reference in then, na? And sir, why did Prime Minister Modi insult Dr. Manmohan Singh?
Okay, Priya Sharma has to come in. Priya Sharma.
Taking bath with raincoat.
Priya Sharma, look at the comment in its entirety. Don't selectively parse it to play victim.
No. So also Mr. Chaudhary said that because the comparison was made with Swami Vivekanand, and therefore he felt hurt. I must say that when somebody does good job, one always praises them to heights, and then they say that you remind me of so and so, and that so and so is always a very established ideal figure in our society, and that is what was done by the person. Now the point is no. Of course nobody is going to do that to. Of course nobody is going to do that to Rahul Gandhi. Nobody is going to say that Rahul Gandhi reminds somebody of Swami Vivekanand. If you're doing good task, if you're a visionary, if you're doing good task and somebody feels that they get inspiration and
who is trying to please his masters and making all sort of equations. How can anyone say that Swami
that comparison call for abuse? I don't understand. I don't understand the relation between the two.
Prime Minister.
Somebody praising somebody, and in case you have forgotten, I must also tell you. No, in case you have forgotten, I must also remind you that it was Prime Minister Narendra Modi who praised Mr. Chaudhary 7 days back by saying that he's a fighter. Look at the statesmanship.
And Mr.
Jivya Shastri, is it that difficult to have a mutually respectful political exchange? It wasn't just the Prime Minister reaching out to Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and saying that he is a fighter, he is a savvy politician, but he also began this session of the Lok Sabha of Parliament by saying, listen, it doesn't matter how many numbers the opposition has. I do not want Paksh Vipaksh. I just want everyone to be Nishpaksh. Is it that difficult to just uphold that level of civility through the session?
Because I must tell you, Padmaja, the knowledge and wisdom and the conscience of the governance and the concept of the governance, both these people doesn't even understand. Vivekananda character and Vivekananda charisma, it's completely different. We are not disagreement of Mr. Modi's charisma and character. He is completely separate. What is the reason? What is the objective of making it?
Sir,
Why
you may
want to do
disagree with
somebody
it, but you
have some
cannot say that
object
he is
to
not like
fulfill to
Swami
take some-
Vivekanand, he is like Gandhi Nali.
Can I? No,
It's very different. You can say, I don't agree with this comparison.
It is not that. Padmaja, the point of contention is as their knowledge will allow them in such a disastrous comments and disaster, because that is what they understand. That is the limit. Their knowledge is maximum, but not the optimum. Their maximum knowledge they use, that is called aggregate knowledge. They use any kind of. If opposition definitely reflect.
Will you give a return gift to me by abusing me? Tell me. In case you haven't heard, I'll repeat it for you.
No, it is not abuse. See,
will you give a return gift of abuse to me?
I don't need to
will you
listen
start
again.
hurling abuses on me?
I don't want even listen that. I must tell you the kind of low politics you are all conscious of politics and concept of the politics. You people have doesn't even an understanding of it. Respect and regard. असमर्थ योद्धा की तरह महाभारत में असमर्थ योद्धा की तरह हम लोग असमर्थ योद्धा हैं, हम अपनी भाषा प्रयोग नहीं कर सकते, शब्दावली और पदावली के बीच में जूझते हैं जनता के साथ। जनता जनार्दन कहने वाला हम लोग जनता जनार्दन कहते हैं, जनता को
let's not have a tangential argument, and if you're really talking about Janta Janardan, they've clearly shown their distaste for this kind of abusive politics. If the recent Lok Sabha results are anything to go by, then why persist? Why persist with it, Ashutosh Mishra? That remains the key question.
No, but the fact of the matter remains, Padmaja, that here is a Prime Minister who called a late martyred Prime Minister Bhrishtachari #1, and who is never shy of using abuses in his, it can be anything from calling his opponent Namdar to he's going to fight elections from Wayanad because the minority is in majority, who's never shy of using such terms in his whole political discourse. So to say that he's a very gentleman and that everybody should sort of follow him, I mean, I think they are following him. That's why the level of discourse, political discourse, is going down.
That is abusive.
Now coming down
and
to what happened.
Is Chor not abusive? Sir, come on.
Is calling
Namdar
a dead
becomes
man
abusive,
by the
but
court,
Chor,
Bhrishtachari
to call somebody Chor is not
abuse.
abusive.
Could you repeat what you were saying?
My question is, you have taken great offense to the Prime Minister calling somebody Namdar as opposed to a Kamdar, but when the Congress president hit the election trail saying Chaukidar Chor hai, what was that?
And Chaukidar Chor hai ki nahi hai will be proved in the Supreme Court, because that case isn't closed yet. Rafale is still an open case, and it has to be proved in case of while in the case of Beaufort.
Sir, now you're going off again on a tangent.
Even the CBI will
My simple point to you was that abuse is abuse and political rhetoric is political rhetoric. RP Singh wants to come in.
No, they have no answers today. Neither the two friends of Congress have answered. They are trying to give new spin to every point you raise. So they will say Namdar is bad. But Gandhi Nali is a most derogative word used in Hindi language. मैं आपको बोलूं, अरे सुनिए आपको बोलूं, आपके बाप गंदी नाली का, you come and slap me on my face. Well, come on, sir, have some sense. And then you can't say that I don't know the language. You can't take recuse of language.
पूरा क्यों नहीं लगा था?
Okay, we would all do very well if we stayed away from this kind of language, especially when it's in the Lok Sabha and especially when it comes from the leader of the Congress in the people's house, inside Parliament. And to say that this is because of poor knowledge of Hindi, well, that's as weak an excuse as they come. Maybe Congress leaders should consider staying away from a language if they don't really know how to speak it. I'm going to leave it at that for the time being. Thanks very much, all gentlemen and Priya Sharma, for joining me. Quick break, more on the other side. Welcome back. It's yet another case of how some netas wear their arrogance on their sleeve. Rewari BJP leader Satish Khoda's car entered the wrong side of a road, and when they were asked to stop by a home guard, the driver rammed the car into the home guard. In fact, the driver is even admitted now to driving on the wrong side. However, he denied hitting the home guard despite the CCTV footage telling an entirely different story.
और फाटक बंद था, गाड़ी आई, मैं थोड़ा रोंग साइड ले आया था। ये मेरी गलती है, मैं मान रहा हूँ जी, मेरी गलती है, मैं रोंग साइड लाया। आगे से ऐसी गलती नहीं करूँगा।
फिर आप होम गार्ड पे गाड़ी चढ़ा दी, बताते हैं?
गाड़ी नहीं चढ़ाई सर, मैंने इसकी गाड़ी रोकी, मैंने इसको बताया, मैं थोड़ा सा मेरे को जल्दी जाना, बोले मैं किसी की गाड़ी नहीं जाने दूंगा। तो मैंने थोड़ा गाड़ी आगे कर दी, तो ये बोनट पे बैठ गए, बोनट पे बैठ गए तो मैं थोड़ा गाड़ी फाटक पार कर दिया, पीछे गाड़ी लग रही थी, यहाँ तक ये ले आए।
But the opposition is having none of it, demanding stringent action against this BJP neta by the party's leadership.
This is power-drunk politician, and I am sorry that if they are belonging to BJP or any other political party, such conduct must be deprecated. You see, this is arrogance. I am a very powerful man, so no law applies to me. Nobody can question me. Constables are all my slaves and servants. They will have to sit down if I tell them to sit down on the street. You see, this is the behavior which is going on, which is only sending a wrong message to common people as to why should they respect law. You see, therefore, I think such arrogant behavior on the part of any political heavyweight like MLA, MP or minister or anybody, must be very firmly taken up.
After all, in a society, in a system, there will be a minister, there is some protocol, all that has to be observed. I am not against that. Some people say, what is this protocol? And this, yeah, a system has to work. A Prime Minister is Prime Minister, a Minister is Minister, an MP is MP, they have assigned public duties, they are public representative. But this using that and misusing the law which you have framed by you yourself, they are lawmakers. You don't get license. You should be, punishment should be double. You see, whoever the only way is, if a VIP breaks the law, the punishment should be double to him.
All right, heading into a very quick break. The news returns on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome. You're with the news on Times Now, and now we are getting you a big expose. Last week, your channel had exposed how people in Chennai have to wait for days to get a bucket of water, while top mantris are getting water at their house. In part 2 of this investigation, we will expose the nexus between the water mafia and the Tamil Nadu government and the police. Groundwater is being illegally extracted by private tanker owners, and it's all happening right under the state government's nose. In fact, we have found that it's happening with their complicity.
என்ன வாட்டர்
இது வந்து தண்ணி வந்து ஸ்டோர் தான் குடிக்கலாம் பாத்ரூம்
குடிக்க முடியாது
இது குடிக்க முடியாது
என்ன நீங்களா போட்டு எடுத்து
ஆமாம் போட்டு தண்ணி அட மாட்டேன் சார்
இது ஆத்தரைஸும் கிடையாது கவர்மெண்ட் கொடுக்குற தண்ணி கிடையாது
அது கிடையாது
இல்லீகல் தான் தண்ணிக்கு எங்கே போகிறது
கவர்மெண்ட் கேட்க முடியுமா
ஏங்க கேட்டாங்கன்னா சொல்கிறாங்க
வீடு கட்டி கேட்க முடியுமா
கேட்டால் தான் சொல்கிறாரு தண்ணி பிரச்சனையே கிடையாது தமிழ்நாட்டில்
வீடு கட்டி கேட்க முடியுமா சார்
இங்கே வந்து காமிங்க இந்த பைப்லாம் போட்டு தண்ணி எடுத்து நாங்கள் தான் கொடுக்குறோம் ஊருக்கே தண்ணி நாங்கள் தான் கொடுக்குறோம்
அது தப்பு அது சட்டப்படி குற்றம் கவர்மெண்ட்டும் அவாய்ட் பண்ணுறது போலீஸ்லாம் வந்து எங்களை தகராறு பண்ணுவான் ஆசிரியர்லாம் மாமல்லம் எல்லாம் நின்று போச்சு ஒரு தண்ணி போட்டால் ஃப்ரீயாக
எப்படி எவ்வளோ கொடுக்கணுமோ கொடுத்துரு
தண்ணி போகலன்னா அவ்வளோ சார் நாளைக்கு மட்டும் 2000 லாரி 3000 லாரி இது போகலன்னா ஆகிடும் மெட்ராஸ்
அதனால இங்கே வர வேண்டியது இருக்குது நாங்களாம் இங்கே ஓடி வரது
போசா
இப்போல்லாம் பிரச்சனை
100 லோடு ஓடிங்க நைட் டைமுக்கு 20 லோடு தான் ஓடுது தண்ணி வரல
போலீஸ்லாம் வந்து கேட்க மாட்டாங்க எதுக்கு இது போட்டிருக்கீங்க இதெல்லாம் இல்லீகல்
முதல்ல திட்டு வாங்க இப்போ அதெல்லாம் கிடையாது அவங்க கேட்டால் யாரை கட்டி போகிறீங்களா அதுக்கு
சரி
கவர்மெண்ட்டே கூப்பிட்டான்றானே தண்ணி நிலத்தடி திருடி விற்கிறோம் சொல்கிறேன் கோர்ட்லேயே அதே ஸ்டாப் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கலாம் தண்ணி இந்த தண்ணி போடலாம் அவ்வளோதான்
இது திருடி விற்கிறது அப்படின்னு அவன்
பில்லு கட்டுறோம் சார் லட்சக்கணக்கில் நாங்கள் அதை பாரு இபி பில்லு இது பாரு லட்சங்களில் பில்லு கட்டுறோம் அது பில்லு கட்டுறோம்ல நீ ஏன் கரண்ட்டு தர கரண்ட் ஏன் கொடுக்குறேன் தண்ணி திருடி விற்கிறேன்னா நீ ஏன் கரண்ட் தர அது தப்பு.
In fact, not only is the government allowing these private water tankers to operate freely, there is absolutely no check on the prices at which this water is sold at. A tanker which would otherwise cost less than 3,000 rupees now costs anywhere between 5,500 to even 7,000. This is literally open loot.
சந்தனம் வந்து 7,000 ரூபா. அது இதுக்கு பாருங்க, அந்த சைதாப்பேட்டை இது இருக்குல்ல மார்க்கெட்டு, எல்லாது தேனாம்பேட்டை மார்க்கெட்டில் இறக்குறேன். எவ்வளோ? 7,000 ஜாஸ்தியெல்லாம் இல்லைண்ணா. ஃபோன் பண்ணி கேட்டாலே 8,000 ரூபா 9,000 ரூபான்னு. அதனால தான் இங்கே இவ்வளோ தூரம் வந்தேன். நான் நியாயமாக பேசுகிறேன். என்னுடைய வண்டி யார் ஒன்றும் புரோக்கர் கிடையாது, கமிஷன் கிடையாது. சொல்லுங்கள், நான் வேணா இறக்கிறேன் டெய்லி மேடம். இதெல்லாம் வந்து இங்கேருந்து எடுக்கிறது. ஆமாம், நான் போய் ஏன்னா இருமா கூப்பிட்றேன்.
7,000 ரூபா ரொம்ப ஜாஸ்தி.
7,000 ரூபா ஜாஸ்தியானா நீங்கள் நான் ஓட்டுறேன். மெட்ரோ வாட்டர் வந்து 700 ரூபா கொடுக்குறேன். மெட்ரோ வாட்டர் சகஜம் தானே, நான் இல்லைன்னு சொல்லல. என்னுடைய இது வாட்டரில் தண்ணி வரும். எங்கள் ஆஃபீஸ் வந்து ஆள் இல்லை. நான் தண்ணி கொண்டு போனால் தான் ஆஃபீஸ்க்கு ஆள் வரும். நான் மட்டும் இப்போ என்ன சொல்கிறேன், 7,000 ரூபாய் 8,000 ரூபாய் எங்கே போகிறது? நான் மட்டும் என்ன சொல்கிறேன், நான் இப்போ போட்டு விட்டு போகிறேன். தண்ணிக்கு 1000, டீசல் எவ்வளோ போகும் நீங்களே சொல்லுங்கள். எத்தனை கிலோமீட்டர் நீங்கள் டீசல் போடுங்க? 75 ரூபா டீசல்.
எவ்வளோ அடி போட்டிருக்காங்க? நாங்களே 150 அடி போட்டிருக்கோம், தண்ணி இல்லை.
எவ்வளோ அடி போட்டிருக்காங்க? இதெல்லாம் 200 அடிக்கு மேலே போட்டுருக்கேன். போட்டு ஒவ்வொரு இடத்துல வாய்க்குதுண்ணா. இங்கே அந்த இடத்துல தண்ணி இல்லை, இந்த இடத்துல தண்ணி இருக்குது. இங்கேருந்து தான் தண்ணி வருதுன்னு எல்லாம் எல்லாமே இங்கே தான் போகிறேன். நான் வந்து உங்களுக்கு கரெக்டாக சொல்கிறேன். அந்த சேட்டு இருக்கார்ல, வண்டிக்கு டீசலுக்கு 1,500, தண்ணிக்கு 1000, டிரைவர் படி அங்கே வந்து 500 ரூபா கேட்குறாங்க. இந்த மாதிரிலாம் கணக்கு இருக்குது. நான்
தண்ணிக்கு 1000 ரூபாய் நீங்கள் கொடுக்குறீங்க.
கேளுங்க, நான் உங்களுக்கு ஃபோன் பண்ணுறேன். நான் வேறு இடத்துல செக் பண்ணுறேன், வந்துட்டு ஃபோன் பண்ணுறேன்.
All right, joining us right now live from Chennai is Shabir, who in fact has carried out that two-part investigation. This is water which is taken from our soil, our ground, and then sold to us. Can all of this happen, and that too, by the way, at exorbitant prices? Can all of this happen, Shabir, without the knowledge and, dare I say, the complicity of the government?
Well, it's all happening with the knowledge of the government. The person whom I interviewed, the manager who takes care of these giant bore wells that have been, laid in areas like Poonamalli and adjacent areas, he clearly goes on to say that usually he used to have problems with the police because they will come and collect money. They'll ask them to shut shop anytime. But now they have given them a free hand. No matter how many trips they can do, they have to supply water, and that is a tacit understanding between the government and this private water mafia that has been operating in and out of Chennai and in and around Chennai. All these groundwater extraction pumps have been laid outside Chennai, and that is where this private water tanker mafia operates from. Metro Water gives you 9,000 liters of water for 700 rupees, whereas 24,000 liters of water is for 7,000 rupees. For 7,000 rupees from these private tankers. And if you have a brokerage, if you have a person who is brokering a deal between the water mafia as well as the client, then the price goes up. It may go up till 8,000 rupees too. And you have to literally bargain with these people, but they will not supply water for anywhere less than what they used to get earlier. Earlier it was 30,000 liters of water was 2,750 rupees, and now 30,000 liters of water is 5,500 rupees. And all these people are doing it in daylight, and it's so brazen. It's happening in the outskirts of Chennai.
So basically,
even the police, the local government officials, the Metro Water Board, everyone is aware of it, but nobody is doing
so basically,
anything about
Shabir,
it.
They are making a quick buck, leeching off people's desperation for something as basic as water, and the excuse given is that people are thirsty, so we are allowing this plunder of the groundwater. Shabir?
Well, that's right. The government is allowing them because the person whom I interviewed clearly says that the government is allowing them. The government is actually asking water tanker mafia to actually supply water to the people of Chennai, because the government is unable to do so. When questioned, the Chief Minister says that people who are rich, they can afford to pay 7,000 rupees or 4,000 rupees and they can buy water. They don't have to they wait for the metro water, which is being served for 700 rupees. So that is how the government is actually managing the situation, or probably the government boasts saying that they have managed this situation quite well. But the dark side of it is that this groundwater is being extracted from illegal water pumps in and around Chennai, and it's being sold to people for exorbitant price. You have to literally bargain, and I have been bargaining with a water tanker owner, and he tells me that he will not supply anything for less than 7,000 rupees. And if somebody is actually supplying water for 5,000 rupees, it's okay, you can go to him. I am in huge demand and I will not supply water for you for 7,000 rupees. This is the conversation I had with him. And when I asked him that whether all these pumps and bore wells that you have laid here, are these all legal? He says no, it's illegal. He has to pay 1,000 rupees for to extract water from that bore wells, and he is actually selling it for 7,000 rupees to 8,000 rupees. That's how this plunder goes on unchecked. The Madras High Court has also pulled up the government and they have asked for a report from collectors of Chennai, Tiruvallur and Kanjipuram, saying that what exactly is happening, who is being allowed to extract water from the ground level. And there have been protests that have been going on outside Chennai, but the police is not doing anything, the district administration is not doing anything, the municipal officials are turning a blind eye, because it's clear instructions from the top that you should not do anything to hamper the efforts of the water tanker mafia, because they have been supplying water to the people of Chennai, though be it exorbitant rates, but they should not be stopped.
Well, we're certainly hoping the Madras High Court is watching this, because when it asks who is tapping into the groundwater, the answer is right here. R. Rajgopalan, senior journalist, is also with us on the phone line. Sir, is this not robbing and cheating the people of Tamil Nadu?
It is a major crisis for Tamil Nadu, and this is a robbing of the public money and from the public also. My understanding is the state government, as Sabir said, state government has done extremely well, but at the same time, the mafias, which is having DMK mafia people, ADMK mafia people, all political parties patronate this mafia because they get funds from these people, including some senior ADMK, DMK, even PMK leaders are involved in this type of lorry. The lorry owners are politicians. We must track that. But at the same time, Sabir did a good job. Congratulations to Times Now, because we exposed this mafia. Public are aware of this now. As Sabir said, everyone knows about it, from Chief Minister down to the driver of that water tank, because there is a crisis in Tamil Nadu and this water mafia is exploiting that crisis.
And it's not just the water mafia alone, it's also those in power who are allowing this exploitation to take place. Let's not let them get off the hook. For the time being, Mr. Rajgopalan and Shabir especially, thank you very much for having joined us on that investigative story. I'm taking a very quick break. More on the other side.